everyone, I'm Daniela, and today we're making the easiest cheese in the world, homemade ricotta.
To a large heavy bottom pot, add 8 cups, just under 2 liters of whole milk.
I'm using whole cow's milk for this recipe, but you could also use sheep or goat milk, and that would add a really interesting flavor. Just be sure to use the best quality milk you can, because this is essentially the only ingredient.
I'm using an instant read digital thermometer to monitor the temperature of the milk. Turn the heat on to medium. We want the milk to come up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius. It will take a little while for the temperature to come up, but be patient. You don't want to scald your milk.
If it starts to boil, take the pan off the heat and let it come back down slightly before starting to heat it up again.
I like to test the temperature every now and then just to make sure we're on track. Once the milk has reached the required temperature, add in 8 grams, 2 teaspoons of salt.
The salt is an optional addition, but I really love the flavor that it brings to the cheese.
Then add in 80 milliliters, 1/3 a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Give that a gentle stir. Turn off the heat. You'll see the curd and the whey are already starting to separate, but if you still have a lot of milky fluid left, add in another tablespoon, about 15 milliliters of lemon juice. You want to let the mixture sit for 10 minutes so that the curd can properly form.
If you haven't got lemon juice, you could use 1/3 a cup, 80 milliliters of distilled white vinegar, or for traditional cheese making, they would use half a teaspoon, about 2 grams of citric acid.
Time to set up your straining station. I'm using a large bowl to catch the whey, a large mesh strainer, and some cheesecloth. If you haven't got cheesecloth, you can use a clean, non-fuzzy kitchen towel. I'm using a double layer of cheesecloth to make sure it strains properly. With a slotted spoon, remove the larger bits of curd. This will help to prevent splashing when you pour the rest of the mixture into the bowl. You'll want to let your ricotta drain for 10 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how wet or dry you want your cheese. And if you want your ricotta to be extra creamy, you could even blend it in the food processor with a little bit of that whey.
And while you're waiting for your ricotta to drain, why not take a culinary journey across the world by visiting today's sponsor, Sakuraco. Sakuraco is a monthly subscription box featuring traditional Japanese snacks. Each box has a unique theme, and this one is Moonlit Sakura, which honors the tradition of viewing the cherry blossoms under the glow of the moon. Each box is jam-packed full of over 20 authentic Japanese snacks, and every single one also contains a beautiful piece of tableware. I can't decide whether the Sakura Madeleine or the Sakura chocolate cookie are going to be the best match with the tea, so I'm just gonna have to have both. It just smells like springtime. It's so pink. It's light with a moist sweetness that you'd normally find in Madeleine, but it has a really gentle floral flavor to it as well. Absolutely beautiful. Now let's try the chocolate cookie. It smells so buttery. It's Japanese, but the flavor reminds me of something that my nonna would have made. It has like a real Italian butter cookie flavor to it. Plus the Sakura, it's a match made in heaven. This month's tea is a Sakura hibiscus, and it gives brewing instructions on the back so that you get the perfect cup of tea every time. I could drink that all day. And if you're looking for some more modern snacks, why not try their partner, Tokyo Treat. Tokyo Treat features modern day Japanese snacks and includes an entire bag of Kit Kat in every single box. Subtle matcha, not super in your face. Oh, I really like that. Good thing I have a whole bag.
Each box has a beautifully designed guide that shares cultural details, facts about your favorite snacks, and allergen information.
And I can't wait to try these truffle potato chips. They're not quite like a traditional American potato chip. They're a little bit thicker, they're small. The flavor is intense. Like you bite into it and it's bam, in your mouth. Awesome. And if you want a box of your own, head down to the links in the description and make sure to use the code BLACKCAT for $5 off your first order. Now back to the ricotta. This step is just a little bit extra, but I love the way ricotta cheese looks when it's formed in cheese molds. You can just as easily pop this in a tub and stick it in the fridge and use it from there, but the molds give it that traditional look and feel.
Once your ricotta is at its desired consistency, put it into your baskets if you're using them. If not, pop them into a container and set it in the refrigerator. If you're using a mold, press the cheese into it so that you get those nice edges on the side, and then straight into the fridge to chill. And don't throw away your whey. There are so many great uses for it, including using it as water in your bread. You could even cook your pasta or rice in it, add it to a smoothie for extra nutrients. You could even use it in place of a starter for pickles or sauerkraut. And one of my favorite ways to use it is in pancakes. And there you have it, fresh ricotta cheese to enjoy.
So much better than anything you'll buy in a store. You can use your ricotta straight away, or you can store it for 1 week in the refrigerator in a sealed container. Once you've made your ricotta cheese, you have to try my malfatti recipe. And I've left a few more recipe suggestions down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe while you're there because I come out with a new video every week. See you next time.